Yes, I, brothers and sisters, lovers, haters, friends and neighbours. Last day in Italy. The sun's not out like, but it's still canny warm out here. Lake Garda. I'm off to Turkey in the morning to get my teeth repaired. Jimmy Miller punched a bridge out at the back. Dave Mundell cracked 2 teeth. And Conatini cracked a tooth. So these figures will reflect adequately in an email you shall all receive before long. I'm only joking, boys. I can square my own teeth. They told me not to do any bare knuckle in them anyway, and I went and had 5 fights, so you know it's gonna have to come out my dollar. These things are what they are, but they've done me a very good deal. I'll be promoting them when I get over there. Anyways, last day in Italy, I thought I'd do a prediction for this tonight's Misfits. Darren Till versus Luke Rockhold. I think it's a good fight. I'm definitely going to be watching it. The men who have it on in the hotel, so we'll have a look. Darren Till started following me back the other day on Instagram. I am a Darren Till fan. I was trolling the life out of Darren Till for a couple of months, just trying to get a bite out of him. And we went over to Sweden, me and Lou, and I turned up to his gym with a gum shield and some gloves. I was going to try and get a spar over the line and try and noise him up, try and bait him up, try and get a fight in the BKFC. If I could even hold my own with him, in a spar that was. And it's probably a good thing that he wasn't there at that gym, for the sake of my own consciousness. But, these are just some of the things you've got to do when you're trying to get your name out there. Make a bit of noise, rub a few people up the wrong way. I'm quite good at that. But, yes, fighting Luke Rockhold tonight, main event on Misfits. Luke Rockhold, I didn't really rate his performance in the BKFC, but what an incredible athlete, by the way. A physical specimen. And just look at his illustrious, colourful MMA career. World champion, UFC highlight reel finish. Some of the finishes he's had on his highlight reel are unbelievable. Brilliant fighter in, was it Strikeforce, I believe? One hell of an MMA fighter. He's got a kick that could probably send me over the other side of that lake. But, as far as boxing goes and as far as toughness goes, I think Darren Till handles him quite easily. I think Darren Till's done a lot more boxing. I think he's a more powerful man. And I just think he's got more grit. I think he's got more about him. When noses start getting bent and there's blood going in your eye and teeth start getting smashed, Luke. I think that's the sort of, environments and situations that Darren Till could probably fight through and is probably accustomed to. Whereas Luke Rockhold, I just don't think he's a very tough man. He's an incredible athlete and a very powerful striker and all the rest of it, but I don't think he's a very tough man. I think he's probably starting thinking about his modelling career and certain things will probably be flashing through his head once his nose gets bent or his teeth get cracked, but certainly be entertaining. I wish them both well. I do think Darren Till's going to get the job done, a decent knockout or a stoppage. I think he's going to win one way or the other, whether it's points or whatever, but should be entertaining. Like I say, it's a bit of crack in there, bit of entertainment. Who else is on Misfits? There's 1 or 2 other fights I was going to watch. There was that fella that bounced the egg off that fella's head. I thought that'll probably be worth a watch. I'll be watching the whole card anyway, and I'll probably check in tomorrow when I'm out at Turkey getting my teeth done. Anyways, God bless everybody. I hope you're all well. Have a beautiful Saturday evening. Bye-bye for now.